going to begin with the nasty weather. Have you heard about it? We are talking about the dangerous road conditions across a huge section of the country, causing a whole lot of accidents. In Kansas, a 250-mile stretch of the interstate was closed over the weekend because of the extreme weather. About 30 million people are under winter storm warnings, and at least 8 states have declared states of emergency. Rob Marciano is in Washington, D.C. right now, which could see, we're told, Rob, up to a foot of snow by tonight. Yikes. Good morning to you. What can you tell us?
Hey, good morning, Gayle. Yeah, that storm you've been describing that's really crushed much of the country all weekend long has arrived here in D.C. With a vengeance, but it hasn't kept the runners from running, hasn't kept the dog walkers from dog walking, and it hasn't kept officials from going in and out of Congress, which is has some business to attend to today. The roads are okay for the most part, but the snow continues to come down. This storm, well, it has had snow, it's had ice, it's had rain, it's had tornadoes, it's had wind. This one has had it all.
Overnight, a relentless snow already starting to bury streets in the east, like at our nation's capital, where the mayor declared a snow emergency. By Monday night, the D.C. area is expected to get the most snow it's had in 6 years, along with dropping temperatures.
Between the snow and the cold, these are life-threatening conditions.
The winter storm already pummeled much of the Midwest over the weekend, with heavy ice up to a half-inch thick in Missouri, weighing down trees and power lines.
Watch my feet here. Ready for this? That's what we're dealing with out here.
Winds up to 45 miles per hour, and heavy snow left a white landscape from Topeka to Louisville, causing a nightmare for Jerome Mikesell.
I had to move a little bit, and I just moved too much over, and it went right off the road.
Neighbors helped dig Mikesell's car out of this embankment and towed it to safety. 11 inches of snow in Kansas City Sunday. That's the largest one-day amount in 63 years. But the mayor said the more than 300 plows were able to keep up.
We just ask folks to continue to have patience. We have hundreds of people out there doing outstanding work. That being said, we have snow still falling, we have incredibly cold and frigid temperatures, and we have real human beings that are driving our plows.
On the other side of Missouri, in St. Louis, our Ian Lee there as workers race to clear streets.
Crews like the ones behind me are working around the clock to keep the roads clear. They're using that salt that you can see that's being put in that snow plow. They're telling folks to stay off the roads until they're cleared, but officials are expecting chaos for that Monday morning commute.
As snow battered the Midwest, those on the East Coast headed to stores to stock up for what's to come today, with shovels and salt flying off the shelves.
I've heard that this is going to be a heavier snowstorm. We've been using our broom just to take snow off, but I knew that wasn't going to be hardy enough for the snow that's going to happen. I'm a little anxious and trying to stock up and be ready.
Road crews spent much of yesterday salting and brining, pre-treating these streets, but as you can tell, it hasn't done a whole lot of good. They just need more plows. They got about 300 plows on the roads, 800 crew, but D.C. doesn't get snow like this that often. Last time we had any sort of significant snow really was over 3 years ago, so they're a little slow to remove things, and with the snow coming down at this rate, that's obviously an issue too. Schools are closed. Federal offices, buildings are closed to non-essential employees. As mentioned, the Capitol, for the most part, for what they need to do, is open. But we've got over 200,000 customers without power from Virginia all the way back through Missouri. So this storm is certainly not over. The snow and ice line is basically south into Virginia, but the snow stretches all the way back still into places like Evansville, Indiana, and Indianapolis. So that upper low still has to come through, and because of that, we're going to look for seeing more accumulations on top of what's already come through. And in some cases, once the center of the surface low goes past, the backside will have some heavier snow. So that's what we're expecting. Both the morning and the evening commutes in a lot of these eastern cities will be affected by this snowstorm. The cold coming in, we had observed lows to 32 degrees in Lake Charles and in Houston this morning. That is settling in, so we're looking at temperatures, wind chills the next couple of mornings well below average. So whatever falls today will stick around. Tony?
Rob Marciano on a big weather day. Rob, thank you very much.